I would argue that this is probably the most challenging era of my life. Healing in and of itself is just such a complex journey and experience. And the level of self awareness that I have now, as compared to, back when I was younger and had trauma, but was completely unaware of it, completely unaware of my dynamics in relationships, the way that I approached people, why I approached the people that I approached, my role, everything. Such a different point in my life now, and it's exciting to be here because it it's just revealing, right? And there's so much to sit with. And the fear, oh my goodness, the fear is dissolving left and right. But the challenging thing is that I'm at this point in my life where I'm feeling things much more fully. And as a result of that, sitting with emotions, especially pain, is very challenging. And it's just kind of challenging to, like, be there with that. But I'm learning more about myself than I've ever known before in my life, and just recognizing why my life has looked the way that it has in the past, recognizing my patterns, recognizing what has conditioned me, different roles that I've played in everything, and moving away from that stuff. There are a whole lot of feelings that come with it. It's very challenging. It's very interesting. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very strange. Um, Imagine, like, spending your whole life as someone, like playing a role, right? And then all of a sudden someone just coming into the scene and being like, that's not your role. What are you doing? Right? Like that's an outdated script. What are you doing? And the director's getting all frustrated. You just woke up from whatever the fuck you were going through, right? You woke up from just fucking wow, right? Like, you just healing is so interesting. And it really puts things into perspective because, it totally changes the dynamics of everything. It really does. And your life changes forever once you start healing because you don't approach things the same way that you used to. And it's important to be able to do that because, I mean, the most challenging thing I see in regards to healing is just like looking at everything that came before healing, and it was like trauma response, trauma response, trauma response. I learned unhealthy, unsafe, unstable relationship dynamics, which are dysfunctional, and now I have to unlearn all of that stuff. I have to learn how to not be attracted to that, but of course that comes with healing and that comes with feeling. And it's like, wow. And it just changes everything. Healing is such a powerful fucking experience. And it's funny because a lot of people, what they need to do is heal. And what they are doing is walking around believing that there's something wrong with them. There's not. So we just need to heal. People just need to heal. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. People just need to heal. And when you start doing the work, you start seeing yourself differently. You start seeing life differently. You start seeing people differently. Like, look at, for instance, the anxious, insecure attachment style, right? This is likely to come with somebody who has been abandoned in life, right? So you form an anxious, insecure attachment style. But it's not just to people. It can be to things, right? Maybe you're afraid of losing something. It can also be to your ego identity, right? Maybe you're trying to create a new version of yourself. And because you might be completely disgusted with how the old version of yourself was, you're very anxious in regards to the sustaining of this new version of yourself, right? And you're like, oh fuck, fuck, fuck. Oh god, god, just anxious, right? Like it needs to. It's like, yeah. Things are more ways than one. And it's always interesting to look at it from that standpoint and have that perspective because it's relevant, it's accurate, and it just changes the dynamic of everything. Healing is very interesting. It sucks. It's awesome. It's terrifying. It's beautiful. And just being present with all of it and realizing that you are going to come out on the other side a completely different human being. And that's just the way that it is. That is how it works.